Oh no! Act 3, Scene 11. This is silly now. Hall of the Mountain King. Yeah, there she is. Hello, Lula. You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I've met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So this is what became of our project. I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I had some blank spots to fill. Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We found your doctor. Oh, good. Yes, you're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like a distillery. Have you been drinking? Shannon looks uneasily at Conway. Ah, yeah, hard times. I'm sure that's what was in the cathedral. Well, I wouldn't blame you if you had been. It's so dim here. So you found the address data. Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, would you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision. Dogwood Drive. How long does this take? It should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to... I'll be at the bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials with the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the bureau from here? The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now we, too, recede into history. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the bureau. We'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the bureau. Between us, I think you should drive. What? As opposed to Skelly Leg? Okay. I suppose she should, yeah. So, this has been fun. Weird, but fun. Are you going? The gate is open. Of course it is. Ooh. Ah, this must mean the chapter's ending. If the folk singers have arrived, that's the end of a chapter, isn't it? I'll be honest, I like their music more than the song they played in the bar. The Junebug song. Gotta talk to Homer before we go, come on. Thanks for waiting, Homer. We were gone a bit longer than expected. Ran into some trouble, Homer. I won't lie to you. Yeah, we'll talk to Johnny once more. What happened up there? I'm actually not sure. Very mysterious, man. They get back on the road. So, cathode ray. The cat carrier. The backpack. Tape recorder. These are all things we walked past down that hill. The cat carrier. The backpack. Okay, we'll try going the other way then. The lantern. What was I looking for? The anchor. No. I'm right. The cathode ray. What do we do from here? I can't remember. The tape recorder. No, that's not right. The cathode ray. Children? About a dozen children are gathered in a shallow dry basin to the side of the road. They're seated on overturned pots and pans arranged in 3 configurations. One group of 5 children are clustered to the right. One group are arranged loosely in the centre, all facing an older girl who sits on 3 pans stacked together. The boy at the head of the arrangement looks sternly down on another child. A younger boy kneeled on the stone floor without a pot to sit on. A spare stock pot, perhaps belonging to the younger boy, is set to the side. Sit on the right. Ezra seats himself on the right. One of the other children passes Ezra a leaf and a small stick, with which to take notes. The older girl takes a wide brown leaf from the floor next to her and pretends to read off a list of charges. The younger child is accused of making agreements for trading card exchanges, which he was not able to honour. The judge calls a parade of witnesses from the middle group to testify about the defendant's behaviour and character, and any related contractual breaches. It's time to pass a verdict. Ezra and his fellow jurors are sequestered a few feet away. Well, he sounds guilty. Ezra votes guilty. They agree that the defendant should be made to honour his promised exchanges in the form of hard labour. The groups of children reconfigure themselves and a new trial begins, with the former defendant now as judge. Okay, that was a thing. The lantern. Lost? It's no shame. I'll take over. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you, Junebug. Thank you for that. Act 3, Scene 12. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. This is getting silly now. Homer. Hey, you see that cat over there? Think she'd eat some bread? Nah, well, more for you then, Homer. Ding ding, come on. Lula? Why are you answering the front desk? Here you are. Mary Ann had the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. Any word on the address? The results just came in by courier. Good news. Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had Rick cross-reference their results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. Thanks for your help. Happy to help. Ha ha. I suppose we just repeat it until it's true. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks. And deep. But if we get on a boat, we won't have our truck anymore, will we? Do I need to tell Johnny to follow me? Yes, I do. Come on. How long do we have to wait? Oh, who knows? Alright, what happened? Up to you. It's okay, you can tell them. It doesn't matter anymore. Fine. So, we were in that graveyard. His spooky skeleton leg started flickering. Act 3, Scene 13. This is ridiculous. Where the strangers came from. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. I'm going to say something different to confuse the plot. It's muddy. Yeah, that's what he said. Crystals, and then mud. Okay. I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard. I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick. Hard times, come on. The church floor is cold metal, scuffed in flecks by unknown boot heels. A metal floor in the church? That's weird. Every church I've ever been in, the floor was stone. I don't know what I expected. Strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier, in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but what did you find down there? When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It was kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared. Suddenly, ran away. But we thought, what was she doing on TV? That's the part I can't. I flipped past that channel a dozen times before in my test. It was one of those public access things. Some old lady reading poetry. And then, next time I flipped to channel 2, Weaver. It's burned in my vision now. She's standing in a room. The walls are blank, kind of grey. There's tape on the walls, like markings, and desks. A classroom, maybe? The camera's in the corner, so it's this sort of 45-degree angle into the room. Then there's Weaver, right in the centre of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke, but there was no real sound, just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted, fuzzy. Shannon coughs into her sleep. It's so dusty in here, right? I hadn't noticed. Maybe it's me. I'm kind of allergic to... What the hell was that? Did you hear that? We should check outside. What the fuck? I still don't know if this game's a horror. Spooky skeleton. Third act. 13 chapters. Still don't know what the game is. Oh wow. That's my spooky skeleton. The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It's patient and sounds like it should be smiling. My regards. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you hear about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business. What's this job? Certainly, I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher, show you the trucks, get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. What is this place? Some kind of factory? Yeah, maybe. But for what? Why hidden away like this? And what's that smell? Like bread? Baking bread? Please, follow me. What the fuck? Why have I got the Xanadu reset button? I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety, and adjust your outfits just a bit. There's some protective headwear up on the back wall there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. we don't wear glasses, so that won't be an issue. Well, do us a favour and put on the headwear anyway, just this way. This is weird. What on earth is this? More new arrivals this evening. Plenty to do. Got to relay the formula. What formula? Eh? Oh, the formula. Changed our lives. Once, years ago, we were as prisoners to the intricacies of our debts here. We'd have to account for everything on paper, compounding interest by hand, reassessing authorization, and leveraged asset distributions according to nightly merit decay. Then, she stepped out of the dark caves to show us the light of the formula. She had a brilliant grasp of mathematics and a saint-like way of speaking right through the numbers. Now we just plug our daily numbers into the formula and run it all through the adding machine. We occasionally suffer some surplus drift, but she instructed us on all the necessary adjustments. It was devastating to see our revered mathematician go, but she was needed elsewhere. Her legacy abides. We actually just need to ask you about a computer. Hmm? No, the orientation is all done by voice and rote. We don't believe electronics have a role in our company culture. Computers are tools. Plenty of interesting mechanical this and that ahead, though. Shall we move on? Wow, check this stuff out. Must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. How do you think they keep it like that? Maintenance, old man. I bet someone's job around here. Probably hard to keep all the dust out, you know, underground. That's why I got into this business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seems like such a shame to let it just fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave, Xanadu. Decades of engineering. Thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How can you just let that fall apart? Yeah, I suppose that's a fair point. They're talking a lot about debt, aren't they? So, this is hard times, isn't it? Okay, for some reason I can't walk any closer to this individual here. Zeke. How'd it go, Zeke? Zeke just did a bit of recruiting. Stopped at a tavern to collect payment and returned with able bodies. Haha. Yeah, it's hard times, isn't it? Here's the fleet. Haha. Oh, we just use these to get around internally. How big is this place? Oh, it's grown a great deal over the years. Incredible to think, really. When Mr. Bishop founded this operation, it was only about 1,800 square feet. And half of that or more was occupied by camouflage to keep the law out. hiding out in the back of an old church, purifying spirits by handmade fire. A kettle and a dream. Yep, purifying spirits. It's all hard times. So the trucks are just Easterways in shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always happy to show off the facilities. Sublime machinery. Okay, let's go. Am I controlling this? I am. I'll be honest, I didn't think this game would have vehicle mechanics. Kinda hasn't, if I'm honest. I'm kinda done with this. This act's been too long. I'm not interested in finding out more about this stuff. Oh, I tell a lie. Do you want to talk about this? Here's a charring yard. Vents pretty well, considering. The smell. This is why they call bourbon a comfort food. Those are empty, right? What? Oh, of course. We don't really exhume them anymore. We tapped that source years ago. Yeah. Hard Times Whiskey is making drinks out of bodies. And kidnapping people. This is not good. None of it's good. Is this it? Nope. I thought you said you didn't have computers. Please, don't touch a thing. Very sensitive devices. We're not even allowed to run the formula through them. What do they do? Temperatures, pressures, wear, tear, acidity, supply levels? Any and all attending numbers in need of crunching, and so on. Am I boring you yet? Are you simply dying of boredom? I myself could discuss this matter past sunrise. ready to go. Of course, let's move on. More of these old computers. Looks like about the same vintage as that stuff in the cave. How can you tell? I don't know this make or model, but you can tell. Check out those tubes. Nobody ever uses these. Nobody uses these anymore. Not even sure where they'd even get replacements these days. It's rare stuff. Hey, is this like antiquing with Lisette for you? I probably sound kind of ridiculous, waxing on about vacuum tubes and oscilloscopes. It's good to have a passion. Yeah, I guess it is. Someday you'll have to tell me what yours is. Don't know what mine is, to be honest. Music, I guess. Feel that draft of warmth, like a summer breeze. This is the aging warehouse. It's heated artificially? 100%. Draws a lot of electricity to tame this cold, rocky cave, I tell you that. Of course, we only have half our aging stock in here at any given time. Most distilleries let their whiskey sit in casks through the cycle of seasons. In summer, the wood expands and the whiskey seeps in, picking up flavor. In winter, the wood contracts and squeezes the whiskey back out. Down here, there are no seasons. Each workday proceeds from the last in an unbroken chain of climate control. So we make our own seasons. Each cask alternates on a weekly cycle between the cold ground upstairs and this heated warehouse. Okay, that's great, but I'm kind of done with this now. I need a map for this fucker. It's too big. Can I just go back where I came from? Is that how you end it? Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have with driving trucks? I drove deliveries for an antique shop up until this last run. Precious cargo. You'll do just fine. And you can drive safely, can't you? I haven't had any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. What happened with Miguel this evening? Well, the dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes for a moment, or simply hit a curve too devilish. Is he what brought the tree down? I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company, and slow to anger. But if we're speaking confidentially, Well, with all that lost product to be repaid, Bourbon and Glass dashed across the interstate. Oh, from Act 1, I remember. And a few casks, too. We're all just thankful he had no next of kin. So, let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Doolittle starts the truck and switches on the CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice drones from the dashboard speaker. $10.20 on that load, come back. Up in the Hummingbird Cave, 10:20, City Kitty. Is a good time, dispatch? You may have found Miguel's replacement. Thought you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again. Introduce yourself. Tell dispatch something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You folks know anything about a mouldy old computer? $99 wheel holder, gotta pay the weather bill. Ah, so I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? No. Don't want to. Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good, strong folks in shipping here, but you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit hard on the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course, you have to unload at the destination, but that's the job. And some drivers like the extra shift stacking and loading here. I shouldn't really do any lifting these days. I see. Well, surely we can spare a dolly and carrying strap for your health and safety. Conway woke up on baled hay. Everything was too bright, his head hurt, the usual. Lisette and Ira argued loudly just outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside and shower, have some coffee, get to the job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job, they couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off and then send him packing. He said Charlie could do the job. Conway closed his eyes. They kept arguing. Lisette tried saying Charlie had schoolwork, that Conway could be roused. Ira said Charlie should earn his bed for the sun. Conway was a lost cause. Couldn't show up to a job bleary-eyed and smelling like booze. Ira was a stubborn man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again. And he didn't hear about the accident until months later. So, what's next? Fine, tyres. Oh, sure. I know you'll want to look. Kick the tyres. That's the thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees could expert the kind of force these tyres see out there on the road, we're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't it the way, eh? Tyres look fine. Oh, I'm sure. It wasn't the tyres that failed our dear Miguel. We are quite sure. What kind of man was Miguel? As I always say of him, he was good company. Many of us have found ourselves in his position, arrogantly grasping a personal sovereignty when our lives became unmanageable. There's no shame in it, only condolence. Now, what else can we show you? Headlights work fine, see? Do little fiddles with the controls. And now I can see my glowy leg. That's important. Most of the product goes out at night. You never know who you'll run into in the daylight. Dust can be treacherously misleading with all that indirect light. The magic hour, no? Drivers sleep in the day then? Sure, those that sleep. Miguel pulled extra day shifts when he could. Sometimes he'd help me, you know? Sometimes over in bottling. He shouldn't have been out driving at dusk. Weird shadows, soft light, dangerous. Headlights look, pretty okay. That they do. Moving on. Wipers. Control the wipers with this knob here. Do little fiddles with the controls. They seem to have decent torque on them, eh? Can't say how they'd fare in an ice storm, but we must never delay a shipment. Better to assume the risk. Always clear skies down here. So I hear, but most of our product is delivered by surface roads, which feel rain quite often, particularly in the spring months, so I hear. I'm sure the wipers are fine. Of course, what else then? Nothing else, stop it. Oh, radio. The truck's radio crackles back to life. Driver, come back. Ah, there's dispatch. Now tell them about your experience. Tell them the truck's in good shape. Tell them you'll start in the morning. I really can. Yeah, we've got to finish this delivery in a few. 10:33 dispatch. Got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. Ten-4, back it down and prick your eyelids, driver. Come back, Lem. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. No. Conway remained silent. Dispatch is addressing you. He's here, dispatch. Got your ears on. Good. Listen to this. Silence. So, I think that went well. Let's head back up to logistics and seal the deal, eh? I've got one more thing to show you. Is it really worth getting back in the car for this? Could have walked that, mate. Especially now I've got my cyber skelly leg. Let's head back upstairs, eh? I have one more thing to show you. Wait, we only came looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer. A black mold is drawn to whiskey. It feeds on ethanol fumes, you see. As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air. The angels share. Goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up the mold, we usually apply some pressure and cold to it. Squeeze and condensate the angel share back into drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on the stuff. So we just go down and scrape it off his equipment. Just like any other place it grows. He kept sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid. Truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. One thing I know, that computer's been running for decades. Switch it off for a minute and let it rest. That'll get you going. I'm sure of it. So, join me upstairs? So, it's all falling into place. The trippy mold has the effects it has when they smoke it, because it's made out of Hard Times whiskey. If you don't mind, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by him interrupting me, and now I've lost my train of thought. Adding machine. Here it is. Beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know. What is it? Why, it's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual, to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do it at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. Wait, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. This is the top shelf stuff now. Single barrel. He doesn't. Right, this looks like it's about to end, and I've remembered my train of thought. So, the mold that the people were smoking has the effects it does because it's absorbing the whiskey, and the spooky strangers that were attacking the people in the caves and stealing the mold from their computers are the Hard Times people. Okay. Down the hatch. Been a Memori Moors. Can I do literally anything else? I guess I can, but the option to drink's gone. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. It's not working for you. We have to get back to this. He has a delivery to make. What's this? Not working? Are you turning down this opportunity? She's right. I have to make this, I'm disappointed. I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is the top shelf stuff you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. It's not your first shift drink. Well, there's this matter of this tour just now. My time and experience have billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep. By my back of the envelope estimations, well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just the way of it. What's happening right now? Conway's being press ganged, that's what. You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs, of course. The interest begins to compound immediately. Well, we'll go over the formula when you get here. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow then. Yeah. That's not good. But what now? What? So, I guess I start in the morning. I guess. I'm confused. It's just the way these things go, kid. Huh. Well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? Yeah, that's a ferry, alright. What the fuck's on it? That's a mammoth. Why is there a mammoth on the ferry as the horn? End of Act 3. Okay, that was interesting. It tied up a lot of loose ends that have been put in place in the story so far. I'll level with you, I didn't like how long it was. Was that 3 hours? I don't even like films that are 3 hours long. I don't have the attention span for it. This did start to drag. I mean, I can't really think of anything you cut out of the story. It was all important stuff. There was just a lot of it. Maybe have 6 chapters, split that one into 2. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's the end of that one. I'm going to leave that here.